It's early in your career and your diary is getting quiet. You know all the other physios at your work are really busy, panic starts to set in, self-doubt starts to creep in, you start feeling useless as a physio, you don't know what to do, you feel shit about your work, so then you bail and look for another job. Well, I don't want that to be the story for you or for anyone else, so I'm going to take you through everything that you can do in your white time to keep your diary busy. Hi guys, I'm Leon the Physio, welcome back to another one. So if you guys haven't guessed by now, white time in the diary is when you don't have any patients. It's often a big source of stress for physios, as the amount of patients that you see is often tied to income, job security, and really makes up part of your performance as a physiotherapist. Now, it's normal to just have some level of white time in your diary, and when you're starting out in private practice, the white time often creates a well-earned break during your week. The problem with white time is when it starts to encroach on your overall productivity as a physio. Now, this drop in productivity can cause negative feelings or self-doubt. You might feel bored in your job or ineffective and unproductive. It also means that there's a real cap on the amount of income that you can earn, which long-term can limit the amount of things that you can do with your life, like buy a house, get a car, go on cool holidays, those sorts of things. So being able to deal with this white time in a way that's productive and feeds your future success as a physio is a skill worth mastering if you want to succeed in this private practice profession. So stay tuned for my top things that you should do during your white time to keep your diary busy. If you like, you can also jump across to this video to learn my top 4 tips in how to be successful as a physio long-term into the future. So the first thing that you can do to keep your diary busy during your white time is recalls. Your job fundamentally is to get people better, so staying true to that should really form your core actions, and recalls are a great way to follow up with patients to ensure that you're staying true to that message. It's also an extremely productive way to deal with your white time because it'll directly impact your future diary by recalling old patients, reactivating them so that their care can continue. And you can get them better should they need you. And if they don't need you, then that's great as well, because then it's a nice little pat in the back that you've done your job and you've gotten that patient better. Now, ideally, you should have a regular scheduled time that you're going back through your patient list and catching up with people that you haven't seen for a while or who haven't rebooked with you, or patients that you have discharged. Now, recalls can be done in a few different ways, but my recommendation is to just jump on the phone and call these patients to catch up with them and see how they're going. Now, you will definitely need to get over the feeling of I'm just annoying them, or I'm just trying to hassle them and book them in. And really, you should be approaching these calls from a place of curiosity and professional courtesy. You're checking in with them if that you've done your job correctly and have gotten them better, or if they need more help, or you need to pass them down the line to someone else. Now, maybe in the future, I'll remember to do a video on my recall process, the things that I do to make my recalls work well. So just flick a comment if you'd like to see that. The next one is to touch base with your referrers. So the next best thing from catching up with the people that you treat is catching up with the people who send you the people that you treat. My first go-to with this is to offer up patient updates to the people that have sent me patient. It's a really great excuse to get some phone time with the people that are sending you patients, and really it's a way to show off your prowess as a physio. Now, Medicare mandates that we update the doctors that send us patients via letters, but we can go the extra mile by getting on the phone and calling these doctors and speaking to them directly. It's also a great chance to troubleshoot some problems that patients might be having. Now, from your list of patients, go back through and have a look at who you should update on your progress. If they're a work cover patient, do you need to update their GP or their workplace? If they're post-op, do you need to update their surgeon? If they're a sports patient, do you need to update their coach or their trainer? Basically, any excuse you have to get on the phone and chat about your patient progress to a potential referrer is always worth it. Again, this is a moment where you want to get out of your own way, because the feeling with these type of calls can be, I'm just annoying a busy GP, or they don't need to hear from me. But that's not the way to think about it. In any connected care scenario, be that GP and physio or personal trainer and physio, each party needs to be kept updated on the progress of patients. So you're doing the patient a disservice by not keeping everyone in the loop, and you'll get the added benefit of being able to demonstrate how well you work as a physio to someone who might be able to send you more clients. So in my book, this is a big win-win. The last one is to catch up with some new potential referrers. Now this is a fantastic use of white time. So you can spend your white time after you've called your old patients and you've called your referrers, then call people who might send you patients in the future. Now remember, my 2 golden rules with this type of work are: be prolific, meaning don't settle on just 1 or 2 options. Cast your net far and wide and connect with as many potential referrers as possible. And be relentless. So follow up with these people until you get some kind of an answer. Like, yes, we'll send you a few patients, or we got some in mind, or no, this isn't for us right now. Both answers are good. Now, you want to try and connect with as many people as you feel you would be useful for. So that can be doctors or other allied health or personal trainers or surgeons. Do your best to reach out to as many people as possible and follow up with them until you get some form of an answer. Now, my quick tip here is to contact people through multiple modalities. These days, people can be reached by about 20 different ways. So in your white time, select who you would like to potentially work with and reach out to them on email, LinkedIn, call their office, call their mobile if you've got it, send them a text, send them a message. Basically, whatever mode that you can reach someone on, touch base with them on it. So they're my 3 tips. You want to recall your current patients, you want to touch base with your current referrers, and then you want to reach out to some potential new referrers. So get busy during your white time. Don't sit around waiting for it to happen. Thanks guys, I'm Leon the Physio. I'll see you in the next one.